This is Nikel Roby, a.k.a. Slot God, represent Slot God Nation. I hope everything been going good for first and foremost with the COVID-19 situation. But as far as that, man, can't wait to get started in Philly. Can't wait to get this thing crunk up. I'm from the South Florida. But man, what I'm looking to bring to Philly is just, my skill set, my mindset, my tenacity, my grit, the way I fight day in and day out. Just bring that to the table and just be a key piece to the defense, and play my role, do my job. And so the more I can do that, the more success I know the team I have. And so with that being said, it'll be all love. Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to do what I gotta do. Go Eagles. Promote my boy podcast. It's called the Philly Talk Podcast. Holla at my guy. Go there, listen, and chime in if you got any comments. Peace, love, holla.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, hit that subscribe button. Now, if you agree when it comes to the Eagles needing to get offensive weapons in the draft, but are happy with the new defensive additions we did in the free agency and think our defense is going to be better this year than it was last year, smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's jump into today's topic. Today, I want to talk about defense. But before I do that, I just got to say this. No matter how the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman get it done, there's one thing they got to get done in this draft. They got to come out this draft with 2 playmakers for Carson Wentz. No ifs, ands, or buts. I don't know how they got to get it done or how they're going to do it, but it got to get done. Now, on the defensive side of the ball, I like all the additions we did, and I want to talk about them again today. But I also want to say, I think we need to add a linebacker on this team in the draft. Could we use a corner? Of course. Could we use a defensive end? Of course. Even a safety? Of course. But the linebacker position is the most blinking red light at the defense position. And I'm not saying TJ Edwards don't have potential. He does. Nathan Gary can play against the tight ends. He can do some coverage stuff. He can do that stuff, being an ex-safety. But we still need that linebacker who can play the middle and do what he needs to do. Jatavius Brown, one of the additions that we add, he's a 4-4 guy. That's fast. But with injuries and the lack of being able to be that guy in the middle, he was a good addition for the price, but I don't know if he's going to be able to just come in and be like, oh, that's our guy. Do I like him? Yes. Let's see how fast this guy is. No offense on who he's tackling.
Pulls it down, looking for somebody, and he's not.
But like I said, it was a great addition when you look at needing depth and the money we spent for him. But this is one position that with our 8 picks we got, we have to try to get something early. We got to get a guy who can come in and contribute right away, because that to me is one of the most blinking spots when it comes to the defense. But let's talk about these other additions and how these additions, I think, are going to make the Philadelphia Eagles in 2020 a really solid defense. We're definitely going to be in the upper half. They're definitely in the top 15 when it comes to defense with the talent we have on this team now. So many people can move around and do different things. Let's talk about some of these guys. Let's start with the first guy we signed, Javon Hargraves.
Attack as the play clock goes down to 1. Rivers under pressure.
I love it. When you put a guy like this next to Fletcher Cox, that's just going to raise Fletcher Cox's game as much as it's going to raise Hargraves' game. Now, Malik Jackson, he's going to be in the mix too. There's going to be times where they rotate. There's always going to be a fresh body in the middle of the Eagles' defense. And when they all 3 play, a guy like Hargraves can slip by the defenders. Malik Jackson gets play on the outside. Derek Barnett over there, Brandon Graham, this D-line, although it was good at times last year, there were times where we were gassed, and there was time where we just couldn't get pressure on the quarterback, and it made our secondary look even worse. Now, we shore the secondary up by adding Nikel Roby-Coleman, Will Parks, putting Jalen Mills at safety, going and getting a guy like Darius, big play Slay, and you also upgrade the D-line, it's going to make the D-line's job easier, and people like Darius Slay is probably going to be even a more ball hawk kind of guy because he knows he can take chances, because he knows the quarterback has to get the ball out fast. With that being said, let's talk about the one and only big play Slay.
Again, Slay. Prescott looking that way, throwing that way. Cooper knocked away, incomplete.
Now, we brought this guy over here to shut down one side of the field. And if a play caller wants to move their star wide receiver to another side of the field, Darius Slay should and will follow. Jim Schwartz gotta let this guy follow the number one. So when we play the Amari Coopers of the world, the Dallas Cowboys, he's going to get the job done. Amari Cooper cannot produce when it comes to Darius Slay, and I love that it's going to happen twice in 2020. But the other thing is, it's going to make everybody's job easier. Darius Slay is going to be able to attack the ball more, probably have a uptick in interceptions if that D-line does what it's supposed to. Now, the D-line, the fact that Darius Slay following is going to allow whoever plays opposite, whether it be Avonte Maddox, Sidney Jones, I don't know at this point, even Trevor Williams, if he can, get his health right, he's going to get an opportunity. One of these three guys' job should be easier. Avonte Maddox got killed when he had a D, Davante Adams. That's number one. Avonte Maddox should not be half in the D, Davante Adams. Sidney Jones should not half the D, Davante Adams. So now you get a guy like Big Play Slay and you put him on Davante Adams. And Sidney Jones, Avonte Maddox, Trevor Williams gets the number two. Their game's going to be elevated. Like I said top 15 definitely for the defense, but I think we can push to be inside the top 10. Not top 5. Maybe, I'm not saying we can't, but definitely top 10. We're going to have to see, but I love these additions. Now, what are we going to do at safety? Is it going to be Will Parks?
Faces 5-man pressure, floats one up. He wants Waller there, can't make the...
See, very versatile. I think our defense is going to be one of them defenses where there's always going to be different people on the field. Jalen Mills might play some corner, might play some safety. Will Parks might play some nickel, play some safety, all in the same game. It's Jim Schwartz's job to make these guys do, what we brought them there to do. The hybrid kind of, mix and match. I'm going to play chess. You want to move this guy here? I'm going to bring Jalen over here. I'm going to bring Will Parks over here. I'm going to keep Ronnie McLeod back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It's up to Jim Schwartz to get it done. Now, let's look at the guy who spoke in the beginning of this video, Nickell Robey-Coleman. This guy's only 5'8", but he plays bigger than 5'8". The one thing I love about him is his fight. Like he said in the opener, he will bring his mindset and he will bring his fight. Everywhere he went, he was very productive in the slot. And although we got really deep, we're deep at the slot position. Avonte Maddox can play in the slot. Cre'Von LeBlanc, who deserves a shot, can play in the slot. And now Nickell Robey-Coleman is the slot guy. Now, at first I thought it would be great to have Cre'Von LeBlanc start. But when you go out there and and sign a guy like this, even though it was cheap, you know why you're bringing him in. Jim Schwartz worked with him in Buffalo. I believe he's going to get the first opportunity to start just because how he plays that position. I think he can bring that little bit of that 2017 Patrick Robinson to the team where he was really good in the slot. I'm really worried about the last outside position. I do have faith in Sidney Jones. I do think Avonte Maddox might be able to do it. I do think whoever's going to get that job is going to play better, even a guy like Trevor Williams, because of Slay on the outside in this nasty pass rush. The defense going into 2020, I'm excited for. I want to see what the offense can get, as playmakers and be able to put up points. But I'm expecting this defense to get at the quarterback, to shut down some receivers, to be a opportunistic, can't never say that word, but opportunistic defense, get takeaways, something that we didn't see last year. Like I said, there was games where the Eagles defense shut someone down to 17, and then we let Miami score 30-something on us. This defense in 2020 is going to be different. So many players can play different roles. The rotation the D-line's going to have, the rotation the safeties might have, the fact that Darius Slay might be on this side and then this side, the fact that these guys are going to have an easier job. Sidney Jones, Avonte Maddox, even Trevor Williams, none of these guys are going to have to be the number one receiver, which, like that game in Green Bay where Sidney Jones got cooked and Avonte Maddox got cooked because they were asked to D Davante Adams. No more will they have to do something like that. And then you got the slot secured by Nickel Roby-Coleman, Cravion LeBlanc being healthy all year. Like I said, I'm biased, of course, but this defense has something to be special. Now, we just need to work on offense, and I'm telling you, Deshaun Jackson is going to give us double-digit games. He's going to be able to produce. Whoever the two receivers we put next to Deshaun Jackson, and possibly even a healthier Alshon Jeffrey later in the season, I'm not going to hold my breath for that and all that, but the offense should get it done. Defense wins championships, but we're seeing the league change. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs put up 40-some points a game, and that got the job done. San Fran was the defense, KC was the offense, and offense won. It's starting to shift, but I like what the defense is doing. But 27-year-old Carson Wentz, 2020 is going to be something special. I can just feel it. And so I hope everybody's staying safe, and I hope everything just goes according to plans. We get 2 playmakers for Carson Wentz. After everything we did to this versatile defense, no way we don't win double-digit games unless the crazy health issue that we've had for the last 2 years comes back to bite us again. And that's one of the reasons we needed to get younger, and we did get younger all across the board. With all that being said, that's all I got for today. Thank you for watching and all the constant support. If you are not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and let me know in the comment sections, what do you think about this defense? We all know offense needs to be addressed in the draft, and it will. But how special do you think this defense can be? Let me know where you think this defense can rank if everything goes accordingly and we stay healthy and these guys play the way I think they're going to play, and maybe you think as well. Let me know in the comment section. And yeah, if you could, smash that like button. It helps me out. Appreciate you all 100%. You know what time it is. We out.